Ono Ichino was, I dare say, happy and sweet girl who really wanted nothing more than to have her parents be proud of her. They did the best they possibly could for their little, sheltered muffin of a child. Her dad was a simple shoemaker, one of the local employees working at a shoe store in the small town they lived in. Her mother, the leading advocate of disabled rights in the country, and an excellent engineer. Some would say that she had a hand in building the new Rising Sun University, although not even halfway. Ono's life was guaranteed to be a happy one, as on March 31st, 2017, she went to her brand new school, dressed up in her sailor outfit, looking extra sweet, with a new ribbon her parents handpicked for her. Her new school was Blossom High, the nicest school in the whole south of Japan. There's no possible way anything bad could happen to someone who did so little, and was so innocent, am I right? According to every story you ever heard, this would be the start to a slice of life that make you feel good. Unfortunately, fate doesn't fucking matter in this timeline. A timeline erased from ever existing. Eagerly excited to finally attend her first high school opening ceremony, and see what all the stories the bigger kids were whispering on about during lunch break. It was time. However, she's forgetting something. Something pretty important. Oh well, it'll pass. Then, she notices someone nearby. It's, something. Nakamura, right? Her bestest of a friend. He notices as well, and starts tapping his shoes to bring something to her, like he was really trying to hide it. Once he finally gets in front of her, happy birthday Miss Ichino. He hands out a nice envelope to her. She, never got envelopes before, so she was ecstatic from receiving such a rare gift. Oh right, it was my birthday today. Wow, I must have really studied too hard to make me forget that. But then she starts pouting. And come on, we've known each other since middle school. Can you stop being so formal? Don't worry, it's just a habit. Anyway, do you happen to have that astrology book my younger sister wants? She really wants to know more about the constellations. And, I don't think I have enough time to even print out a sheet of paper. I got it right here. She hands 2 books straight to him. One got it from her brother and said she really didn't like it. I'm happy the book will have a nice new home. Oh wow, thanks. You know, I understand that some of the hobbies I have are a little crazy for you to understand, but if your parents finally decide to let you see them, I'm sure you'll find them just as cool as I did. Oh, that's tough. My parents are really paranoid about the kind of science projects you do. He leaves to presumably talk to his other friends. He had a lot of them. Enough to form a club, which funnily enough, Ono did remember that they said they would. Suddenly getting an urge to impress her parents, she runs to the French class super early. Who exactly are you? You know classes don't start until 9, right? Hey, I'm Ono Ichino, and today, she snuffles a little innocently. I don't have games or a web browser on my phone, so can I have early classes, please? Oh wait, you're the town sweetheart. Well, I happen to have just the perfect thing for you. She pulls out the famous French book, La Petite Princesse quote, and colorful assignment paper with all kinds of little stickers. Yay. Ono screams out in joy, and finds comfort in asking the teacher for even the slightest word she doesn't understand. French things are super fun for Ono, because school in a small town would always be fun. In fact, her passion for her homework made her recite everything in pure joy and let all the staff and nerds in the school know that she was having a great time. And who could really blame her? Next thing she knew, she had a stack of very similarly adjusted assignment paper just for her, and since classes were going to start in an hour, Ono would have a whole room to herself. Once the hour was up, she learned everything she could learn, do everything she could do, except the math and the economics. She'd need help with those. Some serious help. But if there's one good thing about doing all your French work early, it's the ability to ask the math teacher for help, which she did. Finally, the moment she had been waiting for was here, going to her first high school opening ceremony. A student from Rising Sun actually came there to give the speech alongside the student council. Good afternoon, you wonderful students. How are you all doing today? The crowd cheers in excitement. So, it's the first day of our brand new lives, learning great new things, have fun, and totally importantly, making new friendships. Joining us today will be the former vice president of the student council, who has since gone on to bring her merriment to Rising Sun. Meet Muzi Kashiraba. The crowd cheers in thunderous roars, as even Ono gets extremely excited. Out of the backstage comes a black-haired girl whose short hair is held by 2 ribbons. She certainly looks like her name, sweet, soothing, peace-loving. She could never hurt a fly, even if she wanted to. Hey, nice to meet you all. The cheering only gets more intense. So, you really wanted me here, so here I am. Even though I have horrible speaking skills, even though we ended up losing a few of us, we gained just as many cheerful faces, if not even more. So, let's all make sure that we all keep smiling. And to make sure no one is as alone as Emily used to be. I was devastated after finding out she was depressed. Sometimes those who seem to be doing alright, who seem to be grabbing the absolute most glorious of success, remember that they may actually be on a very thin thread. No one deserves to be that alone. She lets the crowd have the thought of being alone sink in with the crowd. Then she begins to speak again. So, let's make this the best year any school has ever gotten, ever. The crowd starts being super excited for it. Cut to when Ono finishes all her work for the next 2 weeks. The teachers give her a nice pat on the head and send her back home, to which she does very proudly, feeling inspired from how amazing that speech was. Ono honey, welcome back home. How was school today? Really great one. I loved every moment of it. Were the special classes great too? Yes. You know, you're my little sweet strawberry cupcake. Because you did so amazing today, you get the entire day to play with whatever you want. I'm 14 today, but whenever anyone lets me play, I'm super happy too. She heads straight to her favorite toy of hers, a small globe of the world. But this globe was special, because it lit up and showed the whole world to Ano. As much as it was filled with, it came with videos, interactive dancing, documentaries, some knowledge games, and even a few video games. She was never alone with this thing. And that was only one of many toys she had that were both fun and educational. She had a computer, and it had fun games on there as well, but the internet password was always unknown to her. But then she remembered that envelope. She opened it, and with it came 3 things. The first being about 5,440 yen, and the second being an expansion pack to the globe. But this third one, was Nakamura that nice to admit her to a new French school? This was amazing to her, and she told her parents right away. They were proud of her, and went into that room, where they shred paper. She never knew that it meant too much to just send their kid away, with the town loving her as much as they did. However, despite her parents' effort to make sure their sweetheart ended up the most safe, and the most happy they could possibly be, it'd all be futile in the end. April 1st. Ano wakes up and happily sits down to eat her breakfast, and once that's done, rush over to Blossom High for more work. However, her parents told her to stay home for a day. Being that this is a small community, and the only time she ever was forced to stay home was when she was sick, she was really confused. But Dad, I feel fine. Really good even. Why can't I go? It's a holiday today, my dear. She listens to her parents at first, but with this curiosity, and her parents never really letting a mystery get solved on her own. Other than schoolwork, she goes on a grand adventure to go to school anyway, because she's fine, and she doesn't want an officer having to worry about her. Point. The school wasn't there anymore. Strange, she could remember exactly that this was the spot the school had always been for every moment she's been alive. How could an entire building sprout legs and walk away like this? There's not even a sign of demolition, dust, anything. Just grass. No wonder her parents told her to stay home. There wasn't a school anymore. But the memories had to be real, right? She wasn't making all of this up. And so she searched, but when she tried to remember her friend, the student council, or that nice lady who gave a speech, nothing but painful static pierced her head. She had to go back. Now. And so she ran all the way back home to tell her dad, who stayed home that day. Dad, the school's gone. Well, we couldn't hide that from you anymore. A lot of people went missing as well. Even your best buddy. Wait, how do you? I felt the static too. In fact, all these papers that used to have people we knew, a lot of them are blank. As if they never existed. Dad, can I have a strawberry flavored cookie? I think I need one right now. I'll get one for my dear. And, since you are already exposed to how sad and cruel reality can be sometimes, we'll give you the Wii password. Ano still seems in the dumps, really sad that it happened, just like that. She never even got to cry, that's how fast it was. Even her most comforting sweet tooth couldn't shake it. Hey, Ano homie. You remember anything from yesterday? There was this depressed girl named Emily. I don't even remember where I heard it. You should go and comfort her. Have your first step for proper teenagehood. Remember to come back home, though, alright? Don't worry, I will, Dad. I promise. She asks her neighbors where she lived, a lonely house in a street next to the school that is now gone. A face comes out, with another friendly face peering out behind it. Wow, Emily, I never thought we'd ever be getting visitors today. You must really be popular now. Ah shucks, Julie, we all knew I had the ability to charm people with my sadness. Excuse me, is this the right house? Oh, you're the town sweetheart, Ono Ichino. I never thought you'd be here. Want some tea? Sure, Ono says a little excitedly. The tea smelled great, and it seemed like the blonde Julie had been watching TV quite enjoyably. So, well, my dad really wants me to come here. To understand being a teenager a little more. Julie's eyes began to sparkle excitedly. Don't worry my age buddy, for we shall teach you everything you need to know to be the depressed piece of shit we call a teenager. Come on guys, don't swear, please. Ono asks them. Oh my god, she's so cute. Julie says. But seriously, we'll tell you how to be one. And, considering what happened to Blossom High, you need some new friends. I don't think I'd be a good moral compass. Emily says. Speaking of, since you are now our friend, do you want me to show you around what caught my attention around the internet? Okay, alrighty. Well, I don't think anyone knows, but we've been looking online for clues relating to what happened to one of our friends. She was our best friend as well. Julie types in the address bar of the web browser, but she types it wrong and ends up on a site with rainbow kittens dancing. Oh my god, that is the best thing I've ever seen. Ono immediately perks up and starts dancing along with the cats. Wow Julie, you did a great job at failing at things. I think the kid's really happy now. Of course, my dear companion. A journey would not be complete without me screwing something up twice per day. Julie tries again, but this time she doesn't even get the first 2 letters right and ends up on a cool fish game. Despite Julie really wanting to get it right, Ono convinces her to let her play. She gets a pretty high score as Emily watches in approval. Hey Julie, you sure you don't need my help on this one? Emily asks. No, I'm doing just fine at the moment, I'll get it right eventually. Alright, while you end up trying to find the right site, why don't me and Ono talk about things we like? Sure, that'd be great. Emily explains her absolute love of Japanese animation, games, and chocolate-flavored spaghetti, which unfortunately Julie portions her now. Turns out what she likes the most about them are how deep the stories end up going, and how emotionally connecting it all can be. There. I finally found it. Behold, the great research. Oh. Glad to see you pulled through. I was about to watch this boat soaring with our new buddy. This internet page has a fable on it about many warriors who have claimed to see extraordinary things happen, like demons, angels, and that stuff. It seems like one of those bait pages at first, but a lot of it ends up being cited, with plenty of images and clues to find magic books. But the one they are most interested in is the section about the disappearance of random buildings and people. Hey, friends, there's this thing about magic book users making them disappear. Ono says. Oh. So you have noticed. Although I haven't seen any new people around, so the chances of us finding a book are really low. Julie starts to ponder. I don't know, why don't we go to the park and see what happens? Only kids usually go there, and it'd be perfect for a book to hide. Emily suddenly suggests. Emily, we are not going to perv on kids. That's very mean of you. Julie jokingly says. I got no other ideas, and, well, I don't want to be jumping in the farmer's fields, so. Park it is. Wait, so. We are going out to find one? Already? Ono asks. Of course. Both of them say in response. They all end up walking to the park around evening hours, when most kids are all asleep. They search the park, high and low, under every bush, over every bush, even on top of trees. Yes, Julie did do that. But they couldn't find anything, which led to them coming up with a trigger action theory. They ended up punching around adorably, running, planking, even making riddles, but point still nothing. What ended up doing it was a fantasy of a daydreaming Emily, having sexual frustration, that she and Julie were in Julie's house, kissing each other, looting each other, even scissoring on her own bed, and no one really even knew that was the cause. She continued it until all of a sudden. Hello? Emily? We found the book. Are you paying attention? What? Oh yes, I was. Great job. They immediately open it together and end up going to the back, where the instructions are clear. Ooh, we are not going to do that, Julie explains. What's loving each other? Ono asks. Nothing. Emily suddenly jumps in blushfulness. Oh, it's like, how you really like your parents. That's exactly what it means. So, if we end up doing that, the book will help us more? Yes. I thought the books would be menacing and require something dark, but this is the most okay I've seen an innocent anything in a long time. Emily notes. They each head back home, now being dinner time. Ono adopts orange fire, Emily gets flames, the green fire, and Emily sticks with earth. Just like the story you know and love, they went on many adventures. One of which was the great platform tour of the town. All of them really did enjoy the view, seeing everyone work, have fun, sometimes even waving towards them. It felt heavenly to them. Of course, after a bit, Emily daydreamed more moon thoughts, but Ono got her to start looking with them again. From which point forward, except the dinner, sleeping schedules, and Emily's perversion leading to Ono, everything happened as you saw it. They were young girls who all faced challenges together, and all enrolled into Rising Sun University. That changed when one day, while walking back from school, Ono meets a child. A child that honestly doesn't even look like it's from Japan, wearing a red coat concealing what seemed like a black shirt underneath. Greetings. I saw your cute stunts earlier this week, and I thought I'd stop by. The child then sits on a bench. Oh, you're one independent kid, aren't you? I suppose you could call me that. How's that book treating you? Ono, having told everyone about this book due to how seemingly harmless it was, is not surprised she came to talk about it. I'm doing real good. Did you know that orange fire heals? Well, did you ever get to apply that knowledge? The child curiously asks, retaining her happy expression. No, not really. Well, I see. Glad we could have this talk. Alright, see ya random stranger. The stranger walks away, seemingly disinterested in speaking anymore. By the way, name's Chera. Stage or something, but I don't care what. Odd name for a Scandinavian to have, don't you think? Well, that did explain the black eyes and brown hair. Ono paid no mind to this sudden moment in her life, being met by a stranger who did nothing but smile. This, however, was her biggest mistake. On April 11th, Emily died by the hands of the head of Student Council, from attempting to save Ono's life. Julie soon followed after being disintegrated to ashes by Remorine. They failed in every goal they ever had, and it drove Ono into despair. Japan saw endless chaos, and as some kind of a sick joke, every friend Ono made got eradicated by either the Order, the demons, or some sick bastard who wanted to get a kick out of killing people. And, just as Ono finally broke, permanently, well, she was backstabbed by that same strange Scandinavian child named Chera. You know something there, Miss Ichino? I got to thank you for being the most naive piece of shit I ever met. Befriending so many people and bonding with them to the point where you killed so many idiotic human trash, and gave me this wonderful soul of yours. What? Nothing but static and demonic screeching comes out of her mouth in Laga's speech, but no one else can hear, except those who it is being spoken to. You heartless. More gibberish keeps going, until she grabs Ono's soul, absorbs it directly, and then transfers into Ono's body. Then everything stopped and ceased to be, but Chera, and everything inside her. She erased it all. And then she created her own reality, where humans coexisted properly with other animals and plants. But even that didn't last long in the grand scheme of things. The universal resets came, and after the third, one of the humans survived and found out the truth, just like her. However, it'd be another two, before this human came and confronted Chera in the void, with two companions, took almost all of her soul power, purified it, and then became the new god. The surviving companion took a small portion, and proceeded to attempt to rebuild the world to be as close to the original as possible. The fragments were already very corrupted, though, and lots of things changed or contradicted as a result of Chera's tampering with fate, and the erasure of everything. Thus begins a magical exodus.